this is don't open your eyes. It has a cool menu thing going on. Like you can blink by moving the mouse. I guess it start is the one that makes it blink, blink, blink. So yeah, let's start the game. I guess the room looks kinda small. It's going to like turn automatically, or do I need to click? I guess it's like summoned because of the like sound of the, what are they? Bugs. Hmm? I feel like he should close the door before going to sleep. Like, who sleeps with the door open? I don't. Like, that was some... I guess it was the guy moving. A girl. I don't know. Hmm? Yeah, and that's like... Well, I guess like if he likes to look at the hallway, but it's disturbing. Like, I'm glad that he has like closed the like doors of the wardrobe, but I don't know. He should close the hallway door before going to sleep. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, if he had closed, he would not be having all these thoughts. Then he could, like, just sleep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Is he, like, imagining his own room now? I guess. Next is the door. Yeah. Well, it's quite an accurate, like, imagination of his own room. But, like, if you, like, spend a lot of time in your room, like, he looks at the same view all the time he goes to sleep. So, I guess it's, like, natural that he knows how it looks like. Hmm? It's a tapping sound. Maybe it feels like a drum or something. Maybe it comes from like outside. Like someone's like walking past your house and making sounds. Oh? Well, thankfully it wasn't like a jump scare thing.
Hey.
Oh, it's speaking! Hi?
Open your eyes.
That's scary. I mean, like it said, like, do not open the eyes. So, no.
Open your eyes.
Not gonna happen.
Look at me.
Because
Where are your
you
manners?
don't exist. You're like my imagination.
If a stranger asks for help, is it right to ignore them?
Who comes to ask help like in my bedroom in the middle of the night?
Is that how it is?
Like- Ah,
I will share a secret with you. I have never seen myself before.
there's probably a mirror somewhere in the house, so shoot.
I don't know if my face is ugly.
Oh, is that why you want me to?
I don't know the color of my
Okay,
skin.
look.
I don't know if I'm even here. That is why I need you to open your eyes
It sounds kinda sad.
so you can tell me how I look. But I'm also shy. So I might hide the moment you do.
Oh. Sounds like a monster
Find me
under
anywhere.
the bed or something.
And soon you will forget.
Mhm.
Like a faded dream.
Okay.
I know you're not asleep.
I am very much asleep.
You listen with those tiny ears of yours.
If my ears are tiny, how big is the guy?
They look so fragile. Like I could almost grab them.
Please don't.
Put my fingers around them.
Don't do that.
If I do, will you scream? Will I hear your voice? It was a joke. I'm joking.
Good for you.
Don't be scared. Hey, how do you think my eyes look? When our gazes finally meet, what will you find? Answer me.
I don't know. Lost?
They look lost.
How can I answer him if I pretend to sleep? Oh, it probably changes the look like based on what I...
That may be so. I am never sure of where I am.
That's sad.
My days consist of wandering about aimlessly, searching for something. I worry that if I'm not paying attention, what I'm searching for will slip away. The thought terrifies me. It terrifies me so much. So I always keep my eyes peeled, even if there's nothing to see. That way, nothing will slip away. No matter where it goes, and no matter where it hides, no matter how terrifying the world might be, no matter the countless terrible things I witnessed by mistake in the process, no matter what, I will never blink. I will forever be confused by the world around me. I will forever be lost. But what is that something that I'm searching for?
I'm not quite sure I want to
It's
know.
been so long since my wandering began. I can no longer recall the feelings that drove me to it. What is it? Is it something I can hold? Is it a being of flesh and bones? Is it nearby? Is it you? Hey. Have you ever looked so fervently for something that you end up losing yourself in the process? Have you? These eyes. Are these my eyes?
No. They're just my imagination of your
Is
eyes.
that so?
Because I haven't opened my eyes.
How do you think my
Oh,
eyes look when our gazes finally meet?
it took me back to the,
What
like,
will you find?
choosing part.
Answer me.
Okay. Broken.
They look
Because he
broken.
sounds so sad. Oh.
It may be so. I'm always training my sight to stare at what's in front of me, searching for that one precious thing. It's what drives me to look inside places,
Now he looks like scary.
such as this. But sometimes I strain so hard,
That they pop out.
little pieces seem to fall off my face,
Ah,
one after another,
that's nasty.
making a cracking sound as they go.
Mm-hmm.
A sound like this. In my desperation, I always attempt to piece them back together. I kneel and search for the missing fragments of myself, but they are never there. Maybe the wind takes them somewhere out of my reach, and that makes me sad. So sad, I put my hands where my eyes should be. And I borrow my fingers, and I take it out.
Don't.
I take everything out. Every little piece that remains, harder, furiously, and wallowing in sorrow. I pray to whoever's listening to give back what's mine, to not make me lose more than I've already lost. I don't want to waste my time and search for more than I care for. Yet no one delivers. No one is listening. And so I weep invisible tears until I can feel the sorrow no more. Hey, have you ever strained yourself so hard to see what you want to see that you end up blinding yourself to all?
I guess that's like kinda like philosophical question.
Have you?
Probably.
These eyes, are these my
Because
eyes?
I want to like see the third set of eyes.
Is
Yeah,
that
so I
so?
think they would probably be the like scariest of them all. I don't know, I have that
How do
feeling
you
that
think when our cases find answer me? They look empty.
nah, I guess the like broken ones look scarier.
That may be so.
But these are kinda scary like too.
The eyes are the window to the soul.
Yeah. The more I look at them, like the scarier they are.
That's what someone told me. Long ago they said that the soul was holy. Bright. Beautiful. Every person has one. Both the good and the evil. But that person said I was the exception. That something like me
Oh, that's
couldn't
kinda mean
possibly own
thing to say.
something so holy, so bright, so beautiful. They looked inside of me, took a deep breath, and announced their conclusion with great fatigue. Their eyes that could see it all, couldn't find anything in there. I'm sure that if you were to cut me apart, not even blood would flow
Let's
out.
not find out.
Even if I felt it sometimes, crawling through my veins. Maybe that's why I've never seen myself before. Because I'm empty. But isn't that something to be grateful for?
Oh.
Because if I were to look and find nothing there, then surely I would feel disappointed.
Well, that's true.
By not looking, I can ease myself of that pain. So maybe this is for the best. I can't remember who was the first to recite these words to me, nor the second, nor the third, nor the several others who came after. The only thing I remember is that they looked as empty as I did to them. Hey, have you ever felt so empty, so devoid of what makes everyone special, that you've embraced the void as your own?
I guess.
Have you?
It's a philosophical question again.
These eyes, are these my eyes?
Yeah,
A good answer.
let's go with this.
Yet there is only one way to know the truth. Open your eyes.
How do you know?
So pretty. I can't see them, but I can imagine them behind their veil of flesh, round like pearls, and shiny like jewels. So pretty. It's fine. We still have time. The night is still and silent.
You know, I really have like early morning, so I should really go to sleep, so I think you should leave.
People are good at closing their doors. Do you know what a door is?
Yeah.
Of course you know. You have one. Right there, at the verge of your little world. A door is a barrier to keep the bad out. The bad can be anything. A bad person, a bad smell. And sometimes, me. I can't open doors.
Yeah, that's why you should like close all the doors before going to sleep. Wardrobe doors, I don't know, hallway doors, all the doors and windows.
I find them tricky.
And everything that can be considered a door, like in any way.
Should I push or pull? Should I turn the knob left or right? Should I try to take it off its hinges? Should I chip away at it, hoping it will fall apart? And what happens when it opens? Do I close it behind me? Do I keep it open? But that might be rude to the person who had it closed. But then, how do I get out? And what happens if the wind pushes
I
it
have never
closed?
like thought that doors
then?
could be that tricky, but I guess
So
they
many
can.
options. So many things that could go wrong. Whenever I stand in front of a closed door, it paralyzes me. I stare at it for a long time and think of my excuses, because that's all they are. What bothers me the most about closed doors is the idea they exist to keep me out. And so I search for a crevice or a window. Anything that might be
Yeah,
open.
that's why you close everything.
Anything that might let me in. I'm not good with doors. But as long as there's a place where I can fit, then I can go in anywhere. Every night, I hop across the shadows of the streets. I'm careful so as to not be caught by the light. In my eternal search, I pick a place where to rest. I slip in and spend the night wherever is comfortable, without alerting anyone. Usually it's a cellar, an attic, anywhere with dust, with dirt. I feel
I
at
should have
home
picked
there,
other set of eyes.
but
Those are creeps.
sometimes, just sometimes, an urge swells inside of me. The urge to be seen. So I search hard for a door that's open, for an entryway covered in darkness, and for someone to be at the other end, awake, as if expecting me. But you won't look at me, even though you had your door open for visitors.
Fine, fine. If you ask again, I will look at you.
Why is that? Are you afraid? Do I scare you? No, that can't be it. We have been chatting for so long. You haven't chased me out. That means you welcome
I
me.
guess he has a point.
So I'm certain that if I were to reach out my hand, you would reciprocate and grasp it. I'm sure your hands are warm. So very warm. Because people are always warm. Hey, how do my hands look? When my warmth finally meets yours, how will it feel? Answer me.
Yeah, let's go with this.
They look incomplete.
like missing parts.
That may be so. Amidst my travels, I have lost more than I can imagine. I have left people behind. People who were my chat companions. Just like you are now. So it's no wonder that by leaving them behind, I will leave parts of me as well.
That sounds nasty. Like I would wake up like finding parts of fingers like in my bed. Ah.
Things such as skin, or flesh, or bones, or anything that makes me as farewell gifts, you could say. It sounds like an excuse. And that's because it is. Because I am careless and overly curious. I can't help but wonder how everything feels to the touch. Like the crust of a tree, or the surface of a frozen lake. But sometimes I find something else. Like a building engulfed in a raging fire. I think of the screams in the distance, or the suffering and death and charred skin, and wonder, how does that feel?
Bad.
So I put my hands to the fire. It hurts, but I tolerate it, and keep them there for long enough that the uncomfortable feeling dissipates, and the smell of charred skin starts protruding from my own. And when I take them out, the feeling persists. That horrible but intoxicating feeling. I seek such extreme sensations. The edge of a knife sometimes provides it. Other times, the fangs of a beast. Most times, however, it's by mere accident. I would place my fingers over a benign surface, only to discover it's covered in spikes, and I will leave my hands there as I traverse along it, leaving parts of my body as a farewell gift.
Nasty.
In that sense, it's not so different from what I was saying before. The fire and the blades are friends. They have granted me times of great fun. So, it's only polite to leave something of yours as a sign of thanks. But there's one thing I've always loathed from these encounters. They're always painful. I'd rather they weren't. Hey, have you ever placed yourself in harm's way, only to feel a satisfaction you've realized is not yours? Have you?
No. I can't think of any like
These hands,
example of that, but
are these my
now
hands?
let's take a look at the other options.
Is that so? Then, how do my hands look when my warmth finally answer me?
Incomplete loss. I think deceitful.
They look deceitful.
Deceitful. Oh,
That may be so.
not what I expected.
These hands of mine tend to squirm into places I could never imagine. Be it tiny holes in the walls, housing arachnids of all sizes, or the pockets of midnight walkers strolling the parks that sometimes serve me as home. These fingers squirm in
Yeah, we are not like going to
and drag out what they
pick
find.
those hands. You can't call them fingers.
So now I
But
carry
would
all
fingers
sorts of
be like
trinkets
the
with me.
end of the tentacle or the round things on it?
Keys. Peeping gadgets. Notes with love poems in them. The corpse of one or two insects, eventually eaten away by those who come take their place. I keep everything with me, regardless of their use. But sometimes, I feel bad, because maybe It was something important. The person I took them from could be distraught. Their happiness shattered. Their lives ended. So I consider maybe dropping them somewhere in the park. But what if I need them? What if the keys can one day open the door I want? What if the poems help me befriend a new partner? What if arachnids serve me as unlikely sustenance? There are too many ifs. But I'm also too afraid to find out the truth, so I let them stay with me, slowly becoming a part
That
of
sounds
me,
like they're like growing to his like
helping me grow.
skin. Like if he there's sticks
I've
like
grown
keys
so
and
much.
stuff like from
I had to lower
Oh,
my
that
head when
guy.
entering your room. These fingers won't stop,
please make them stop.
squirming and coiling around everything they feel.
Yeah, I hope I get to like
And I
change
can
that
only hope
hand soon.
they merely take what they need. I would be saddened if my body grew too much, because I wouldn't get to enter rooms like yours anymore. Hey, have you ever attempted to help yourself grow by mercilessly taking away from someone else?
I guess that's like what happens in competitive like situations. Like
These
applying for
hands.
schools or something.
Are these my hands?
No way.
Is that so? How do my hands, when my warmth finally meets yours, how will it feel? Answer me. They look tired.
They are creepy with the long fingernails and long
so.
fingers. But I guess these are like the best option. And they saw
These
it the
fingers
eyes.
of mine have touched so many things. They are always stretching forwards, reaching out for something. The tip of my fingers dance over the surfaces that I travel, and their sensations reach the core of my brain. Be it the softness of the first spring flowers, or the roughness of a wall made out of rubbish. Caressing, grabbing, clawing. No matter the time of day, no matter if I'm awake or asleep, as if they had a mind of their
That would
own.
be like
Even
distracting.
now, they clutch onto the fabric of your bed sheets.
Just don't make any holes.
They like how these thousands of threads intertwine with each other. The rustle of fabric against fabric, of skin against skin is irresistible. They want more. They want to feel closer, to have it between them and around them, more and more and more. Sometimes, however, they can't reach as far as they'd like.
Like now. Now is one of those
That's
times.
when I lend a hand. I take over and stretch, 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 and they grow.
Like they're plenty long already.
Maybe just the length of a fingernail every
But
time,
he has like very long fingernails, so
but they grow
it's a lot of growing going on.
just so they can reach out, clutch what they want. Discarded
That's sad.
and forgotten. That's why they are tired.
It's like
Because they
nothing is
never
enough.
stop seeking. And most likely, never will. Hey, have you ever stretched your fingers to grab a hold of something important, only to learn that it's been long out of your grasp?
Yeah.
Have you? These hands. Are these my hands?
Yeah.
A good answer. Yet, there is only one way to know the truth. Open your eyes.
I did say I will open, but I guess like if I don't, there will be like more stuff going on, like I don't know, mouth and I don't know what else. At least mouth, because you can have like many expressions. So no.
So you won't look at me, even though my hands could be the same as yours. Think about it. Maybe you and I are similar.
Maybe not.
No, I know we are. I can feel it in my skin. Oh. Can you hear it? My skin is
Oh, it's your skin.
pulsating.
I thought it was my heart.
It has been long since this happened. It's a sign of my innermost emotions flowing out. I wander the world, wanting to be seen. I'll be satisfied as long as someone tells me how I look. But it's not like anyone will do.
So I'm
If it
special.
did,
How nice.
then it would be oh so easy. Since I could show myself to everyone at once. Every living person in this land, and ask them all the same question.
What if they all
Someone
give
will
like
answer.
different answer?
There's no doubt about it, but it might not be the answer I wish for, since I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be perceived as something I'm not. It scares me. That is why, when someone is on the verge of looking at me, I shy away. I hide, fading into the dark. But you might be different.
Why?
If it's you, it might be possible to stand still, if only for a second.
Or it might not.
That way you can help me. And we can both be fulfilled. Just thinking about it, it makes me feel something. I cannot describe it. I am not good with words. There was a person in my past who taught me to speak like a person. They were not good at it either. And thinking back on it, they certainly didn't enjoy it. To teach a wordless being how to talk must be a challenge. Yet, they did. Simply because they could. It is weird to remember, because it makes me think of why I want to be seen, and I am not. Sure, I don't care much for my appearance. I don't want to be judged. But if that were it, I could easily stay out of sight. So why is it? Why do I want someone to recognize me so much? Maybe it's only because I can. Because everyone gets to be recognized. But me. But I will. Soon. Once you open your eyes. There it is again. Just thinking about the moment you unveil your sight onto me, and you finally take those bed sheets off your body, and you inspect every crevice of mine, and you finally open those tight lips of yours to let me hear what I am, and to maybe even give me a name.
Oh.
It makes me feel, but I don't know what. Surely it would be evident if you were to look at my face.
That's a
Hey,
big if.
what does my expression look like when that veil of uncertainty finally disappears? What will we convey to each other? Answer me.
I guess it will be surprised, so let's go with something else first.
An emotionless stare. That may be so.
That fits.
Expressions are difficult. They require one's face to contort in many different ways. I am not capable of that. Everything about me is stiff. From the way I walk, to the way I talk, to the way I feel.
No, I don't think so.
It is something
You at
I
least
noticed
talk like well
long
enough.
ago. I may hurt and I may grow, but I do
Oh.
not in the way other people do. People interact with each other. They form connections. They experience thrills. A person becomes someone different with each passing second, turning old and perishing. However, I don't think I'm capable of any of those things. My journey began long ago. Longer than any person has ever journeyed. And in my life, I have seen others born and die. Born and die. A person's existence is so fleeting. And yet, so many things happen to them. So many worthwhile memories. It is something I lack. Were I to write a book, I could not fill a single page. It's not for the lack of memories, but rather because these memories mean nothing to me, save for a minuscule number. They are all the same, blending with each other into a mottled gray, lacking the meaning people often give to that which they care about. Perhaps if someone else had lived what I had, they would see meaning.
But maybe they have, like,
They would treasure it.
that's how the meaning thing works. Like
But
you
I
can know
cannot.
what others have like experienced.
No matter how I try, I can't see any worth in what I do,
Maybe you
And
should
by
do like
extension-
something different then.
in what I am. I want for someone to tell me how I look. Yet, I don't see that as important. No one but me would care. So why should I care? But that doesn't mean I have never. I feel things. Joy, sorrow, fear. I am always feeling, and right now, I am feeling strongly. It's here, in my pulsating skin. You say my expression is emotionless, that it shows nothing. And if you say so, it must be true. But soon you will see something. Because what I'm feeling is not nothing. Hey, have you ever masked yourself with indifference, only to hide the overwhelming emotions hiding beneath? Have you? This expression, is this my expression? Is that so? Then, what does my expression, one that full of uncertainty and
Let's go with cheerful,
cheerful
smile.
smile?
Is that cheerful? I guess.
That may be so. It would only make sense for the end of this journey to bring me joy. It has been so long. I can no longer remember where it all began. But who's to say it had a beginning?
Doesn't everything have a beginning?
Maybe the starting point is that faint
But it
memory,
still exists.
the earliest one I can recall. I was walking reason. It was daytime. I rarely travel during the daytime. Only when the fear of being seen isn't there.
What kind of situations are those?
So I must have believed that was the case. But it's strange. Since the place I was walking through was a city, one full of people, I couldn't see them, but I knew they were there, hiding in the shadows, with their backs against the dirt. Completely motionless, completely silent, living in wait of their deaths. And what's more, none dared to look at me.
Maybe you're invisible.
Did they even know I was there? Maybe they did not care. All I remember is feeling a certain kinship towards the hidden inhabitants of that settlement. They were like me, living in fear of what others might think, and who's to say I wasn't one of them? Maybe I spent my days as part of the scenery as well. And one day I decided to go for a walk. A walk that hasn't yet found its end. It's my earliest memory, and my most joyful one. No experience afterwards had made me want to smile more than that. So if you say I am smiling, then surely that's how it must be. But tonight,
Oh,
I'm not
why?
joyful. So if my expression is truly one of cheer, then I must be lying through my smiling teeth.
But why?
Hey,
Wouldn't it be like joy if we opened our eyes and...
have you ever expressed honest happiness in your face, when in reality, you're feeling anything but?
I guess like everyone has
Have you?
at least like some number of times.
This expression, is this my expression? Is that so? Then what does my expression look when that veil of uncertainty finally disappears? What will we convey to each other? Answer me.
So it's the third option.
A surprised grimace. That may be
Okay.
so. Tonight is the first I hear about my
I
eyes
just look surprised.
or my hands. And the new and unexpected is always a source of surprise. People always act surprised when I show myself before them. So it makes sense that my appearance would surprise me as well. At times, they stop moving, merely looking at me in awe. At others, they scream
Oh.
and run and exhaust themselves to the point they can't think. Others, they don't feel much at all. They sit and stay and attempt to talk. I don't like when they do that.
Why? They're like friends.
It's like they are not
Ah.
seeing me,
okay.
not recognizing me. I much prefer when they freeze. I much prefer when
Yeah,
they
I guess
scream.
it's like some reaction.
A reaction
Mm.
is what I want. It's a sign that I am there, and that my existence means something to them.
But you can talk and still recognize the
That's
existence.
why I like you. You did not scream, yet you did not run either. You were surprised and averted your eyes, but instead, you stayed,
Hmm.
listening, acknowledging.
What if I'm like sleeping and he's like talking to himself now?
You are the first to do this for me. You are new and unexpected. Yet, how odd. Is this really surprise? No. You say it is, so it must be true. But what I'm feeling right dancing. It's not the same as those who've seen me. As if their surprise was something different from mine. Hey, have you ever acted surprised? Not because you are, but because you believe that's how you must feel.
I guess it's again like one of those everyone has, at least sometimes.
Have you? This expression. Is this my expression? I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have truly helped me tonight. These are my eyes. These are my hands. And this is my expression. I consider these my most treasured features. And you have helped me picture them all.
Oh, no, we can't open our eyes.
No one has done
I guess.
this for me.
Or can we?
I feel a connection with you. One born out of honest gratitude. But there's one step
Opening
left.
the eyes.
You need to make sure of the
Oh
truth.
no.
It is the only way to finally understand each other. So please, I beg of you, open your eyes.
I feel like after this journey together, I really want to open my eyes. Like at the beginning, I didn't really want to do that. But after all the talking, I'm like, yeah, maybe I owe the guy that. No, he's just disappearing. Yeah. Now I'm kinda curious what would have happened if I didn't open my eyes. But I don't know. This game like made me feel like kinda like complicated because it talked about things that are like real things in a way that made you like think that have I done this and that thing, and like why would it have been better to like not do that. But then again, there were like such a things that I consider kinda normal to do. Like sometimes you have to smile even if you don't feel like smiling, and it's okay because sometimes that's the right thing to do. And yeah, at first it was like creepy and scary, but I guess the like dialogue got like me at some point, and I was like, okay, I'm not really scared anymore. I'm just interested on what the guy has to say. And it was nice. Like I really liked that. And yeah, now I'm thinking lots of things, so so I guess that's a bonus. So yeah, I will continue thinking about the things happening, and see you again. Bye bye.